How to stop holding yourself back. Did you know that the average lifespan of a New Year's resolution is just 32 days? Every big dream starts with hope, until fear, doubt, or those nagging what ifs creep in. Sound familiar? You put off that big opportunity, tell yourself it's not the right time, or watch others take risks while you stay on the sidelines. But what if it's not about laziness or bad habits? What if it's pointing to something deeper?
In this video, we're uncovering the hidden obstacles that are actually slowing you down, how to rewrite the stories you tell yourself, and how a few simple, unexpected actions can change everything. What you're about to learn might just be the breakthrough you've been waiting for.
Chapter 1. The hidden obstacles that are actually slowing you down. Imagine two people trying to get in shape. One steps on the scale every morning, analyzing every fluctuation, obsessing over the numbers. If the weight doesn't drop fast enough, frustration sets in. Maybe they push harder for a few days, then quit. The second person, they just focus on showing up. They commit to a simple routine, 3 workouts a week, healthier meals, better sleep. Weeks pass, and without fixating on the results, they start to feel stronger, move better, and, almost as a side effect, the weight begins to drop. The difference? One person is chasing an outcome, while the other is building a system. Most people unknowingly set themselves up for failure because they focus on the wrong thing: results. They want to see progress immediately, and when it doesn't happen fast enough, doubt creeps in. But sustainable success isn't built on a finish line. It's built on consistent small actions that compound over time. Think about it. The musician who dreams of playing sold-out shows doesn't get there by fantasizing about fame. They get there by showing up every day and practicing, even when no one is watching. The writer who finishes a book doesn't do it by waiting for inspiration, but by sitting down and writing, even when it feels like nothing good is coming out. The hidden obstacle that slows most people down isn't a lack of motivation. It's the unrealistic expectation that success should happen fast. That's why so many people quit. They're measuring progress in ways that don't reflect real growth. But when you shift your focus from outcomes to process, everything changes. You take the pressure off. You learn to trust the system. And ironically, that's when results start to show up. So if you've been feeling stuck, ask yourself, are you focusing too much on where you want to be instead of building the habits that will take you there? The real breakthrough comes when you let go of the obsession with results and start trusting the process. But here's the thing. Even when you know you should focus on small, consistent actions, something still holds you back. You start strong, but doubt creeps in. You hesitate. You second-guess yourself. Why? Because success isn't just about what you do. It's about what you believe. And if the story running in the background is telling you that you're not capable, not ready, or not enough, then no strategy will save you. Let's talk about those stories and how to rewrite them for good. Chapter 2. Rewrite the stories that hold you back. Think about the last time you hesitated to take a risk or pursue a goal. What was the story you told yourself? Maybe it was, I'm not ready, or I'll fail anyway, or what will people think? These aren't just passing thoughts. They're deeply ingrained narratives, shaped by your past experiences and the world around you. Here's the thing. Your brain is a storyteller. It takes fragments of your past, a harsh comment from a teacher, a failure that stung, or even societal expectations, and weaves them into a narrative that feels like truth. But here's the catch. Just because it feels true doesn't mean it is true. Let's break it down. Self-limiting beliefs often start small. Maybe you bombed a presentation in school and someone said, "You're just not good at public speaking." Over time, that comment becomes a story. "I'm bad at speaking up." Then it morphs into, "I'm not cut out for leadership." And suddenly, you're turning down opportunities that could change your life. But here's the good news. Stories can be rewritten. It starts with awareness. Step 1. Identify the narrative. Pay attention to the thoughts that pop up when you're faced with a challenge. Write them down. Are they rooted in fact, or are they just old, outdated scripts? Step 2. Challenge the story. Ask yourself, is this really true? What evidence do I have to the contrary? For example, if you think, I'm not good enough, remind yourself of the times you were enough, when you succeeded, when you pushed through, when you proved yourself wrong. Step 3. Rewrite it. Turn I'm not good enough into I'm learning and growing every day. Replace I'll fail with failure is part of the process and I can handle it. These new narratives won't feel natural at first, but repetition is key. Say them out loud, write them down, and act as if they're already true.
The stories you tell yourself shape your reality, but you're not stuck with the ones you've been given. You have the power to rewrite them, and in doing so, rewrite your life. But a new story isn't enough on its own. To make it real, you need proof. That's where the next chapter comes in.
Chapter 3. The Ripple Effect of Tiny Actions. A story is only as strong as the proof behind it.
You can tell yourself that you're disciplined, creative, or capable of change, but until your actions back it up, your brain won't buy it. That's where most people get stuck. They rewrite their narrative, but nothing in their day-to-day experience reinforces it. And without proof, the old story creeps back in.
The problem isn't that they don't believe. The problem is that they're aiming too high, too soon. The brain resists massive shifts. It doesn't trust drastic change, but what it does trust is patterns, small, repeated actions that create a ripple effect. And that's where micro-actions come in. Micro-actions are so small they feel almost too easy. They slip past resistance. They bypass overthinking. They create momentum before your brain even realizes what's happening. They look like this: writing one sentence instead of planning an entire book, doing one push-up instead of designing a perfect workout, sending one email instead of overanalyzing a business idea. At first, these actions seem insignificant, but they do something powerful. They shift you out of inaction. They break the cycle of hesitation. And once you start moving, even in the smallest way, movement becomes easier to continue. This is how real change happens. Not by overhauling your life overnight, but by making the smallest move possible. One so easy, your brain doesn't even register it as effort. And once you take that first step, the second step is easier, and the third, and before you know it, you're not just telling yourself a new story, you're living it. But what if taking action didn't just feel easier? What if it became something you craved? If that sounds impossible, I've got good news. We cover this exactly in How to Force Your Brain to Crave Doing Hard Things, where we show you how the very actions you currently avoid could become the ones you can't wait to tackle.